It was one of the most iconic TV series of its generation and still remains a bit of a cult phenomenon today. That's all because, really, when you think about it, it gets repeated so much and now we can laugh with it. When you were younger, you didn't always really get the jokes, did you? You didn't get exactly how silly it was. But Batman really missed out on the opportunity to have a wonderful A-list star. But whose fault was it that she didn't in fact appear in the iconic series? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to have you. Yes, you're right. Yes. By the way, somebody was saying to me the other day that some of the sound was a little bit off. That's all because of the wind, you know. I can't control the weather as much as I would like to. You know, when we're filming out and about, it's in all elements, as you can see. Even on the ones with the buses and stuff, you are trapped with what you've got. A little bit more serene, I think, out here for you where we're filming. In the Hyde Park, actually, just in case you're wondering. Back as ever, though, to your story of the day, because this really came back to me as a memory. I was lucky enough a couple of years back now to meet the brilliant Adam West, you know, Batman himself. Now, Adam West, of course, had scored a big hit opposite Robert Taylor in that brilliant 60s TV series, The Detectives. I still think that's great now. The storylines are brilliant, you know, when you think about it. And, you know, there was just a lot of good fun in those dramas of that particular era, were there not? But it was Batman that truly put him on top. He literally became an international icon. Of course, Adam had problems once he became famous from that show, because as he pointed out, lots of people then only saw him in that role and not in other roles, of which he was a brilliant actor. As we all know, in Batman, there were some brilliant guest stars, were there not? Vincent Price, I loved him. Do you remember the Riddler? Jar Jar Gabor, Joan Collins with the siren voice. There were just so many, and it really was the show to appear in that particular period. Of course, 20th Century Fox, who made the show, had no idea that it would become a cult phenomenon. But one of the guest stars was none other than Eartha Kitt, who I was lucky enough to become friendly with, well, quite a few years back now, when she became something of a disco diva. I was asked to help promote some of her records, and she had big hits at that point, you know. Eartha, of course, had been an international star for many years and really was iconic, you know, her sound, her look, the power of her. She really remains one of those great performers of the day, appearing over here in London at the Talk of the Town, also on many occasions, as well as the Batley Variety Club, no less. Check that out on YouTube if you want to see Eartha in a market town in Yorkshire doing some shopping. But what was interesting was both Adam and Eartha told me that at one point they could have had the iconic Mae West appearing in Batman. I kid you not. But the bigger problem was this, and both confirmed this separately to me. As you all know, Mae West was brilliant, there's no two ways about it. But she insisted on writing all of her own material. And this was kind of politely put to her that, no, you know, there is a script, Mae, and you have to kind of stick to it. Mae wasn't having it. She said, no, I can write funnier things, leave it to me. So they did. She presented said script, and as Adam West told me, alongside Eartha Kitt, it was eye-wateringly funny, but way above the heads of the bosses of 20th Century Fox. They felt it was simply too risque, and sadly, Mae wouldn't budge, as we say in the North, and so consequently, the opportunity to appear in said iconic TV show was lost forever. As Jar Jar Gabor said, they tended to write to play up to your persona, and if you look at her sort of iconic role in it, they did. And I think they would have done the same for Mae West, but Mae only trusted the power of her own mighty pen, and nobody was going to write lines better than Mae West. Sadly, Batman had to fly away. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.